Hey, thanks for tuning in and learning a little bit more about the E2 initiative. I'm here with Tim Martell. Tim is one of our ministry partners, and he took time off of his busy schedule to travel all the way to the island of Kauai to minister to a pastor and his wife who are an incredible witness for Christ. For 20 years have been pastor here at Lahui Baptist Church, and for 5 weeks every summer they do Vacation Bible School. Ministry over here is tough. And that's why the E2 initiative exists. It exists to help pastors to be healthy and encouraged spiritually. And so I wanted Tim to share just a word with you about how your experience with us at E2 is making a difference in the lives of pastors.
Well, first of all, it was just an incredible experience to be able to come over here, and you're not really sure what you're going to encounter, but I know what we encountered was Pastors Chris and Michelle, and very much, had been in through a difficult time with COVID. The numbers of their congregation, had diminished a lot. In some cases, they weren't able to even meet at all. And so we were really able to come in beside them. They needed workers. They normally have workers that come from the mainland over to the island of Kauai to help them with an incredible vacation Bible school that they do for 5 consecutive weeks during the first part of the summer. And we had, I think, around 80 kids that came, ages anywhere, I think, from about 3 to 14. And to see these kids, the smiles on their faces, worshiping Jesus freely, worshiping Jesus with all their heart, giving everything they had in all the activities we did. But Mark and Carmen, through the E2 ministry, really did a great work. They were able to not only support spiritually Chris and Michelle, but able to support them in some other areas as well. And I think really lifted their spirits and gave them a much needed boost to, get ready for the next chapter now that things are opening up some, and hopefully on the island of Kauai, we planted some seeds this week with the young people that will lead to revival at some point.
Yeah, one of the things that we want to say thank you to you and to you, Tim, you're one of our ministry partners and supporters, is because of your faithful giving, we were able to come alongside them and help them financially as well. And because you give, we were able to help a pastor and his family to be encouraged and to do the work that God had called them to do. And so I wanted to say thank you to Tim. Took a week off of work, came over here, worked at Vacation Bible School of all places. I know we're on a beautiful island in a beautiful place, but ministry here is very difficult. And you never know what's going on in the lives of pastors and their family as they serve those who serve the local church. Tim, when you go home and talk to your wife, Regina, what do you think the lasting impression will be of your experience here?
Well, first, I wouldn't trade it. There's no experience I would trade for the experience I've had the last 5 or 6 days. Incredible. These kids blessed me. Chris and Michelle blessed me. Of course, Mark and Carmen always bless me when I'm with them. But just the experience of being able to minister and to serve in an area where there's a need. So many times in the United States, or in the mainland when we serve, it seems like it may be partially taken for granted, or it's just, an expected thing that goes on through the workings of the church, throughout any given year. But I wouldn't trade this experience. This felt more like a missionary experience. I've been to Russia, I've been on other missionary trips. This really felt more like a missionary experience than anything I've done before. And I would also say, when you partner with Mark and Carmen or with E2, you're not, not everybody has the flexibility of schedule. There's time constraints, there's family constraints and responsibilities. But when you financially give to them, you are partnering. And very much of what we did this week was partially financial. And to be able to see them bless, a struggling church in a small community. Kauai may sound, kind of very vacation-y, but it's a different experience when you get over here. It very much has a native feel of a native island, and there's the need over here for Jesus and for the gospel and to do the Great Commission as much as there is anywhere else. And I look at it as a privilege to be able to, have partnered with Mark, not only with my time, but I guess what I want to say is you can also partner with your time, even if you're not able to physically be here when you give financially.
Yeah, and we are grateful. Because of what you give, we're able to go. Because you give, we're able to pour our lives into pastors and their families. We want to say thank you.